Hello, I'm Daniel, and welcome. I want to talk to you about something powerful, something simple, yet something many of us find strangely difficult. It's not building a rocket or solving a complex equation. It's about the words we give to another person. Today, we're talking about how to compliment someone. Now, you might think that's easy. You just say something nice. And you're right. But why does it feel so awkward sometimes? Why do we hold back? Why do we mumble a nice shirt and then quickly look at our shoes? I think it's because a real compliment is not just a comment. It's a gift. A tiny, beautiful gift of attention. And giving a gift that can feel vulnerable. You're putting a little piece of your perception out there. What if they don't like it? What if they think you're strange? So we often just don't. But here's the secret. A good compliment doesn't just make the other person feel good. It makes you feel good. It connects you. It pulls you out of your own head and plants you firmly in a moment of shared, positive humanity. It's a psychological handshake. And today, I want to break down how to do it. Not in a flattery, manipulative way, but in a way that is genuine, impactful, and surprisingly easy. First, let's clear the biggest hurdle: intention. Your intention should not be to get something. If you give a compliment because you want a bigger discount or you want that person to like you, it's not a gift anymore. It's a transaction, and people feel that. It smells different. It feels slick. We're not talking about that. We're talking about giving a compliment for its own sake. Because you noticed something, because you genuinely appreciated something. That's the only rule that matters. Start there. Okay, so you're in a state of genuine appreciation. Now, how do you say it? The simplest framework in the world. Be specific and be sincere. Generic compliments are like thin paper. They tear easily. You're great. Good job. They're not bad, but they float away. A specific compliment has weight. It lands. It shows you are truly paying attention. Let me give you an example. Imagine your friend, Emma, just gave a presentation. A generic compliment. Hey, good presentation. It's fine. She'll say thanks, and you'll both move on. Now, a specific compliment. Emma, the story you opened with about your first bike ride, that immediately made me feel what you were talking about. It was such a powerful way to start. Do you feel the difference? In the second one, you're giving her a piece of your experience. You're telling her not just that it was good, but why it was good from your perspective. You are reflecting her effort back to her. That is incredibly powerful. She might not even have realized that story was so effective. You gave her a piece of insight about herself. That's a real gift. Specificity transforms everything. Instead of, you have a nice voice, try the way your voice got really quiet when you described that memory. It made everyone lean in. It was so captivating. Instead of, you're a good cook, try the way you balance the lemon and the garlic in this chicken. It's exactly right. I could eat this every day. See? You're moving from a label to an observation. It's the difference between looking at a map and walking through the actual, beautiful landscape. Now, let's talk about the delivery. Look at the person. Smile. Say it clearly. Don't bury it in a bunch of other words. Oh, by the way, I like your hair. Anyway, what's for lunch? That's like throwing the gift at them and running away. Stand there for a second. Give the compliment its own space. Emma, I really love your haircut. It frames your face perfectly. Then stop. Let's sit. She'll say thank you. You can smile, nod, and then move on. The pause is important. It shows you mean it. A huge part of this is focusing on effort and choice, not just inherent qualities. Complimenting someone's intelligence or beauty is okay, but it can sometimes feel impersonal. It's something they are, not something they did. But complimenting their hard work, their creativity, their taste, their dedication, that speaks to their character. It's more meaningful. For example, telling Emma, "You're so smart," might make her think, "Am I? What about all the things I don't know?" But telling her, "The way you researched every detail of that project, it really shows your dedication. I'm so impressed by your thoroughness." That compliments her work ethic. That's something she controls. That's a trait she can be proud of. Let's get really practical. Let's see this in action with our friend, Emma. Imagine a simple, real-life scenario. We'll play it out. You're visiting her at her home. She's been working on painting a room. You say, "Hey, Emma." "Wow." "Emma, hey. It's a mess in here, sorry." And you say, "No, don't apologize. This color, it's incredible. I was just standing here and I felt calm. It's like a soft blue sky right after sunrise." "Did you mix it yourself?" "Emma, really?" "Yeah, I did. I couldn't find the exact shade I wanted, so I bought a base and kept adding a little bit of gray, a little bit of green. I was starting to think it was just a weird, murky color." "You, not at all. It's perfect. And the edges by the ceiling are so straight. That's the hardest part. You must have so much patience." "Emma, patience or just a lot of painter's tape?" "But thank you. That means a lot, actually. I was second-guessing the whole thing. Do you see what happened there? You didn't just say, 'Nice paint job.' You described the effect it had on you. You used a poetic image, you noticed the effort and skill, you asked a question that showed you were curious about her process. That one question opened a door for her to share her story, her doubt about it being murky. And your next compliment directly addressed that hidden doubt, reassuring her. You didn't just make her feel good about the wall. You made her feel good about her own decision and her capability. That's the psychology of it. You are holding up a mirror that shows her a better, more capable version of herself. And you believe it because you saw it. This is where it gets beautiful. Compliments are a form of mindfulness. They force you to pay attention to the world outside your own thoughts. You have to notice the detail in a colleague's presentation, the kindness in a friend's action, the clever way someone solved a problem. It's a practice of actively looking for what is good, what is skilled, what is beautiful in the people around you. And when you make that a habit, your whole world becomes a little brighter. You're not just spreading joy. You're training your own brain to see joy, to see competence, to see artistry. Now, what about receiving a compliment? This is the other half of the dance, and so many of us are terrible at it. Someone gives us this lovely gift, and we smash it on the floor. "Oh, this old thing? I got on sale. It has a stain. I look tired." We deflect. We disagree. We downplay. Why? Often, it's because we feel uncomfortable with the attention, or we don't believe it ourselves, so we feel like we're being fraudulent if we just say thank you. But think about the giver's perspective. They offered you a genuine piece of appreciation. When you reject it, you are rejecting their perception, their judgment. You're essentially telling them they're wrong. It can shut down the connection you just built. The art of receiving a compliment is simple, and it's just one step. Accept it. Graciously. Look them in the eye. Smile. And say, "Thank you. That's so kind of you to say," or "Thank you. I really appreciate that." That's it. You don't have to agree with it. You don't have to tell them they're right. You are simply accepting the gift they gave you. You can even return a little of the good feeling. If Emma says, "I love your earrings," you can say, "Thank you. My grandmother gave them to me. It makes me so happy that you noticed them." You've accepted the gift, and you've added a little story, deepening the connection. Let's go back to Emma for a moment of dialogue practice, this time with her receiving a compliment. You say, "Emma, the way you tell a story, you have this amazing talent for finding the funny detail that makes the whole thing come alive. I was laughing so hard, but I also completely understood the situation." That's a real skill. Emma, she looks at you, a bit surprised but pleased. "Thank you. You know, I never really thought of it as a skill. I just love observing people. But that means a lot coming from you. Thank you for saying that. It's not arrogant. It's gracious. It allows the good feeling to hang in the air between you. It completes the circuit of positive connection. Now, I want to touch on a deeper layer. The most powerful compliments often have nothing to do with appearance or achievement. They are about being. They acknowledge someone's presence, their essence, their impact on you. These are the compliments people remember for years. You have a very calming presence. I always feel more centered after we talk. The way you listen makes people feel truly heard. Your optimism is contagious. It always lifts my mood. I love how you always ask the most interesting questions. You make me think about things in a new way. These compliments speak to a person's soul. They tell them that who they are in the world matters, that they have an effect, that they're seen not for what they do, but for how they are. These are rare. These are gold. So how do you start? Start small. Start today. Make a game. Give one genuine, specific compliment to one person. It could be the barista who made your coffee with a nice swirl on top. Hey, that latte art is beautiful. You have a steady hand. See how they smile. It probably makes their shift a little better. It costs you nothing. It gives you both something. Do it with intention. Walk through your day looking for things to appreciate. The security guard who always says good morning with a smile. Your coworker who organized the share drive so well. Your partner who made the bed. Your friend who remembered your stressful meeting and asked about it. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. The less it feels like a big, vulnerable act, and the more it feels like a natural sharing of what you see. You become a curator of the good in people. And in doing that, you will find that people are drawn to you. Not because you're flattering them, but because you're seeing them. In a world where so many people feel invisible, being seen is one of the greatest gifts you can give. And finally, remember this. A true compliment is an act of courage. It is a moment of honesty. You are saying, I see this good thing in you. You are putting that truth into the space between you. That takes a small, quiet bravery. But every time you do it, you make the world a little less lonely, a little more connected, and a little more bright. You're literally weaving threads of goodwill between people. Start with one thread. See how it feels. The fabric you create will be beautiful. Okay, bye.